It is very uncommon for a student in Ghana to complete senior high school and yet still not continue straight away to university. But a few of them, for their own reason, whatever they are occupied with, do not continue to the university, and they have their own reason with that. My name is Andy Okondinchi, a student journalist from the Ghana Institute of Journalism, and I especially welcome you to the season 2 of the Campus Show. This is the first episode, and on this episode, I have a young man here who I'll interact a bit with him to find out more about the perception of others, why people have the perception that as soon as you complete secondary school, you are supposed to continue to university. There are a lot of reasons why others do not continue. And here I have with me David. Hello, David. Yeah, welcome to the Campus Show. Charlie, what's going on? It's been a while. Okay, so David, I want to first find out what we say. Before we delve into the interview, can you introduce yourself a bit to my audience and to myself a bit?
David Adianti, past student of West Africa.
Can you speak a bit of it?
A past student of West Africa Senior High School. I completed
2021. Okay, so you are a past student of OWAS. Okay, that's what the other full name is.
West African Senior High School.
West African Senior High School. Okay, but David, if I believe you are listening to the my introduction of this show, a lot of young people have the perception that when you finish your complete secondary school, you are supposed to go straight to the university. Fine, in a way, that's how it's supposed to be. But whatever reason that everybody is having, we all don't have or don't get a chance to, as they say in Akan, and sat near you get it. You might get opportunity, I might not get opportunity. So I want to find out from you why people do get it, or why is there a need, or why people have the perception that I have to go to university right after SS. Why do people have that perception?
That one, there are a lot of perceptions.
Okay.
So let me start with people. They try to think when you're in school, you are learning. So your next step is for you to go to the uni.
Okay.
So their main focus is you are learning to their expectation for you to go. So if you come back without good results, they will be trying to tell you, so to go to school, one question. So people may
not cutting you short. So what you are saying is that one of the reasons why people do not get, or one of the people, the perception that people having that they don't continue secondary school, continue to university after secondary school, is that they don't come up with good grades. Is that what you are saying? Good. And okay, what can you continue?
Yeah, their parents are giving them some expectation of marks to qualify. For example, my friend was offering science and his father gave him B. If he gets C, he won't continue. So we talking now
with your friend. His father gave him a B. So whilst he was in school, his father said, "Okay, Isaac, make sure you get B in mathematics or B throughout."
B throughout.
Wow.
Yeah, because his parents did it. So
you also can do it. But as I said some few seconds ago, these fingers are different fingers. You understand? Yeah. So fine, it could be that the man or the father is encouraging Isaac, not his real name. But for all you know, Isaac is not as intelligent as his brothers. Yeah, you understand? So why would his father think that? So that's what his father was saying, that you should get a B. Okay, and with that, he didn't get a B, or did he get a B?
He got some about
C3 in it. So is he in school, or has he completed and he's still continuing university, or he's still in secondary school, or he's still at home?
You want to write?
When we write again. But personally, for me, I think C is not a good man. It's not a bad man.
Yeah.
So if you get C, unless maybe you don't get a school, and those who don't get schools are those that get as low as maybe a D. Yeah. So I don't think maybe that should be a real problem. But moving on, I want to also find out from you, is financial constraint also a factor that people do not get to school, that's university right after SS? What's your perception about it?
That one.
Okay.
For me, example, financial issue, that's how I put down
for some time.
So I want to do with some works for them. So maybe hopefully next year I'm going to a media school.
Okay. A media school. When you say media school, so do you have passion for journalism?
That's video editing.
Okay, so you are into video editing. Okay, that's good. Is that all? Are you only going to school for only video editing?
Not video editing per se, but I'm having a main lesson. But for the work, that's what I'm going to do in it. As in the military personnel, but in it I'll be editor and video editing.
So if you don't mind, what do you want to be in future? What's your focus? That's a military personnel. So what has the editing got to do with this?
I say we all have different jobs in it. Some are drivers, some are the nurse, doctors, some are the electricians. So some maybe if you go to a war, maybe I'm interviewing the Navy, you can be, for example, I can edit some of the
So
parts.
for instance, assuming as you are a military personnel here and you are interviewing me, an incident has happened and you are interviewing me. When you finish with the video, someone has to edit it. So you be the person to edit it. And must not necessarily get to know how to edit before you go into it. Because the main thing is you becoming a military service personnel. So must not necessarily know how to edit before you get into it.
Yeah, because some people theirs are in the war front. That's their perception is in the war front. And some are drummers, as in those, the SDM, the drum majors. So theirs is the drums.
When they say drums, I'm talking of the brass band.
Yeah, the band side.
Those the people that normally sing or perform during occasions.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we have those people there. So we went to their work training. So if without the knowledge of really knowing the video editing, I can't do it. So
Okay.
I have to go into it before I go into the video. Or I can go into it and do other jobs there, but after all, I have to learn the video editing before getting
Okay. I had a chance to talk to a few young people, and from the results or from the response for most of them, it is neither it is neither the reasons or the factors you have mentioned, either being them feeling WASSCE or financial constraint or whatever it be. But some basically do not want to continue. What do you have to think on that? Others don't just want to go to school. What perception or what do you have to say basically on that?
If you go to SH, you have people who don't want to go to school. You are having mates who don't want to go to school because of maybe their peers. Some are
Peer
peers.
influence.
Yeah, some people smoke and some they are like tired. Some they don't see.
What's the need or what's the essence of continuing? If they struggled in SS.
Yes. Why should I go back to school?
Okay.
Those econs, geography, those subjects, those courses that they are not in need. So they better stay back and do other businesses and progress for them. So some may progress, but some may not progress.
Some may not progress. So with that, do you think it is really helping us as youth? Because if they are saying the future belongs to the youth, and we are the future, and our generation and those ahead of us are looking up to us, and we are saying per our knowledge, we are not intelligent as we want to be, so we will continue, or we don't have the enormous passion for school, so we'll continue. Then what are we putting out for our generation to come and meet up, or those above us? What are we trying to put down for them so that when they go on retirement or they are old, we can use to take care of them? Do you get my question? Because if we are having this perception and mindset, it will help us. Yeah, so what would you have to say basically very fast on that before I move to the next question?
Some it's not because they don't want to go to school. Some they having connections. So some they may stop school at SHS, they move on, like they get their job. Some are military and police. Some without SHS, university you can go to that training and that. For doctors and nurses, that one you have to move on a little bit to get
Like doctor have to be school for 7 years, which others can't stand.
Can't stand. So for some this country now, people can be doing business, but you can see them in some those are media schools. Some you can see them doing journalism, general, but you may see them in the banking sectors. So now,
Exactly. Change of course.
Change of course. So some people they may take the shortcuts, or some people because of who they know.
Yeah, who they know. This thing I think will be a topic for another discussion. But guys, if you are still watching, you are watching the first episode of the season 2 of the Campus Show with me and Yopon on Yopon Online TV, and we are having an interesting conversation on the perception that other people have in them continuing to university. When they complete secondary school, others find it very hard to continue. Others have their own peculiar reason. What reason do you have that you didn't continue to university? Or do you know someone who completed SS but didn't continue? Join us on this show with your conversation in the comment section below as we keep or make this show interactive. So David, continue, and I want to find out from you. I was very happy when you made mention of your friend who his father wanting to get a B only, and he had C, but he's still writing. I want to find out from you. Another factor that people also have, and they don't continue school to university, is that they don't do well. So they have to go and do rewrite. And a rewrite is very hectic. I must say that I personally wrote some of my papers. No one is intelligent, you know. Sincerely speaking, there are few ones that are very brilliant and very intelligent, but it is very rare. You get it. I had to write some of my papers. I want to find out from you, it being another factor that others do not go back to school. What do you have to say to that? Do you think it should be something that when you complete secondary school and you don't do well and you have to go and do rewrite, and rewrite is very hectic and very tedious because it's working alongside that time? Do you have to just stop up and throw in the towel and say, okay, let me forget about it and let me find something to do? What do you have to say basically on that?
Some people they don't get motivated.
Okay.
Because some are saying remedial school is very hard. So you spend 3 years in school, you didn't pass. So how are you going to spend just a few months to write remedial? So some people they don't get motivated to it. So they don't have the passion for school again because people are not giving them the motivation. Especially some people they don't get motivated from their parents. They say
So motivation from parents is very vital.
very vital. Because some will say with Scandal and your shows and they visiting the area up to school now,
Anything just to add up what you're saying. So in other aspects also, there is a need for parents to motivate their young ones. Fine, I know they have put them in school to learn and something has happened. But what do you have to or do? The unexpected has already happened. So it's just to encourage these ones to go. But when you throw these questions and stones at them, they find it very hard and get confused at the end and not really good at all. Okay, so trying to bring this interesting conversation to a close, I want to find out from you, is there a need, or what do you think the government should do? Should government come into this thing, the attitude of young people completing secondary school and not going to university, not because of any other reason, but one, maybe their own personal reason not to continue, others because they have failed mathematics and they don't write again or it's very tedious. What do you think the government should do? Is there any for the government to come in? And if you're supposed to come inside this matter, what exactly do you want him to do basically about this?
this one doesn't really depend on the government.
Okay.
It depends on the individual. Yeah, they have to
As they say, each one for himself, God for us all.
So they have to be motivated and
Okay.
focus on this one or this one future, because without the motivation from anyone they may do so for it. And for me, I would try to tell them they should never give up and they should focus on school. Like we can play in school though, but we have to learn. We can because school fees inside the school because part of the
Exactly.
yeah, because there's no time because they said all work and no play. Yeah, because for me the government does not have any
You don't really see a need for the government to really come in. Okay. So, bringing this short interview to a close, David, I want you to look into the camera and then, in a few words, in your own words, in urging my audience, just tell them why the need to continue secondary school, to continue to university, just in your own words, advising them.
in uni. People, if you go to uni, people see you to be a big boy, then a big girl. Like you walk to school, like we will throw you first class, second class, first class upper, second class upper. But SSAD and because they are here. So for me, I will encourage people to focus on school again and to finish, because 4 years is just at the corner. You can go and you can finish very soon, because school doesn't have end though. School doesn't have end, because you can come home and still you be taught that schooling. So I'll be urging everyone to continue school because they say education is the key to success.
Thank you very much, David. So, as he said, education is the key to success, and indeed, education has always been the key to success. Wherever you are in life, know that it is a step. Your start point is your starting point. If you have completed secondary school and you are home, and for whatever reason you are having, let's say financial constraints, you have failed your mathematics or any other subject and you can't write and you don't want to write and you feel it's very tedious, or whatever reason it may be, as David said, I would encourage you and urge you to continue schooling, because education is the key to success and has always been the key to success. Ending this interview, I would want to give a special thanks to eWorld for making this very beautiful cue card for this show. You can locate them at Community 8, opposite the Community 8 market. You can go to them for your large printing, your photocopies, among a host of them. And a special thanks to the media team led by Owusu Samuel Andy. Thank you very much for making it a point in time to watch this episode, the first episode of the season 2 of the Campus Show. You can join with your comment in the comment section below. Whatever reason people do not continue to the university, for all you know, it could be a special reason why they should not continue. And then I'm seeking to ask you, is there a need for the government to come in? And if there is a need for the government to come in, what do you think the government should do basically about people who complete secondary school and do not continue? Drop your comments in the comment section below as we make this interactive. Thank you very much for joining us. See you same time next week.